I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, and along with Drew Forster, we're going to go through the Holiday Monday program, October the 8th, Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. 9 races on tap at Hastings today. Yeah,
this is kind of the big jewel for the end of the season here. The Holiday Monday racing. We got the premiers for older horses, the Ballerina for older mares, with Mero Gutierrez coming in to ride for Troy Taylor, and Russell Bates coming in to ride for Jim Penny.
Doesn't get any better than that.
It's going to be a big day. The weather's supposed to hold off, supposed to be great, as we've enjoyed this great Indian summer here in Vancouver. It should be, as I say, one of the big kind of final jewels of the racing season here at Hastings Park, as we only have one weekend left after this.
That's it. I know. We just have a 2-day weekend next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. 2 stakes races on the final day.
The
final day.
2-year-olds,
The 2-year-olds are in action. The Ascot Graduation going a mile on the 16th for the Colts and Geldings, and the fillies will be in action in the Fantasy going a mile on the 16th as well. So not a lot of live racing left. Only 5 days, actually, well, 3 days after, or 2 more days after today. But as of taping, there's 5 days left, and it's sad. It's gone fast. It's gone fast. Wow. Okay, we got 9 races on tap. Tough handicapping assignments. Let's start off with race number 1 on the Monday program. Got a field of 8 going postward in the Monday opener, going a mile and 16th. Filly Mare Maidens, 5 granders. I'm going to head to the 7, Buffalo Babe. Did pick her on Saturday. Obviously, she's not running on Saturday, but she's in on Monday. Another good spot. Looks like a likely wire-to-wire candidate. 3 starts back. She just missed to Fuchsia when going a mile and 16th for the first time, but she's a mare sitting on a win, and I think she might get it. I put the 6 horse Stolen in for second. She's had some hard luck. There was a gate scratch through no fault of her own about a month ago, and had some unlucky issues, but she looks like a filly that's crying out to go long, so I'm going to give Stolen a big shot. And I put the 5, Princess Sparkle, who made her return run. It was okay against Timely Flight, Summer Soul, and Smoke After Romance. I thought it was a pretty good race, and still, first race in a year, it's always difficult. So second race, you are going long, though, as you're changing distances here. So that's a bit of a hiccup. But I went 7, 6, and 5. I do think Buffalo Babe's going to control the pace and be very tough.
I agree. I got Buffalo Babe on top, as I did on Saturday. Those of you going back watching our Saturday program, Buffalo Babe's not running. That was for 3. I picked her for 5. I don't see much difference between the races. The little jump up in class isn't going to hurt. She's the horse to beat in here. Second spot, I put I'm a Redhead out of the Rick Terry barn. Another one's been off for a while, but she just wants to go long. This is a filly that's dying to go long, and she was flying late last time. She made a really nice kick down the stretch last time. Look at the horse she's running against. Hilligan, Friar Tuck, Yetsy's Trouble. She was running against boys just trying to get a long race. Then she finally got a long race against girls. Just got beat a couple lengths. She gets in light with Marlowe. I don't mind I'm a Redhead here at all. She's going to be a bit of a price, too. And in third spot, I put Stolen, the horse you mentioned. Great connections, Antonio Reyes, Tracy McCarthy. She definitely fits in here. 7, 4, and 6 for me. And on to the second. I got to get by the
3.5 furlongs.
Oh, yes, this is a correction. It's in the form right now is 6.5, but it's 3.5. 4 2-year-olds, maiden 20. I went to the 9. William Levanaway's got 3 in here. This one doesn't necessarily have the best works.
Right. But he's got
but it's got Amadeo Perez, who is William's main rider. So it's kind of, tipping the hand there.
Good
thinking
draw,
too.
Yeah,
great draw. The 9-hole is perfect for a 3.5 race. So I put Ruby's Victory on top. The second spot, I put the Mel Snow Runner Balak, or whatever that.
That's Balak, or that's what I'm going with.
Yeah. Ran for maiden 20 once. That was going 6 furlongs. Showed speed. Got a little tired late. Was its first start. Has a race under its belt. Shortens back to 3.5. Gets Marlowe done. I like Balak or in second spot. And in the third spot, I put the William Levanaway one that looks like it has the best works. I won seconds. Antonio Reyes takes over for that one. I got 9, 6, and 5.
I got the same 3 horses, but I went to Balak or the Mel Snow Runner. Good speed in his debut. Was going 6.5 furlongs. Runaway winner at Serendipity Grove. Couldn't keep up, but still only has to go 3.5 furlongs here. So I'm going to give Balak or the
nod,
win.
yeah.
I'm going to put the Levanway runners in behind. I mean, he's done very well with his first-time starters, going 3.5. He's an excellent 3.5 furlong trainer, William. And the 9, Ruby's Victory, they're certainly bred to be very fast. The Dam, Ruby Jane, was very quick. Storm Victories are very accomplished 2-year-olds as well, so the works are fine, and Amadeo showing up, as you mentioned, is a big plus. And I put the 5. I want seconds in for third. I might get into second, we'll see, but I went 6, 9, and 5. On to the third race, 17.5 $9 at 2. Fillies and Mares here, actually non-3 BC bred. I'm going to go to the 5 horse here, Ouch, on the class drop. I think this horse is pretty alive, getting into those tough high-end races that she's been participating in. She's been freshened up a bit. Will have to come off a bit of a layoff, but still I think she's the best in here. I think by quite a bit. I think Ouch is miles the best. I'm going to go to her. I put the 4 El Ciervo on the claim back for the Troy Taylor outfit. Lost this one for 20 first time out last year, and bought it back for 17.5 just a couple of months ago, and been freshened up. Mariel will ride here. I put the 3 Clarice B, who's been an honest shooter for Frank Barabee, in for third. I wouldn't be surprised to see her in the mix as well. Same as Long Laurie, a pretty nice filly as well, but might be better going long. But the 6.5 furlong distance, I think the 5 Ouch is your horse. I went 5, 4, 3.
I swapped the top 2. I put El Ciervo on top. This horse ran great first out, as you mentioned, for Troy Taylor. Was claimed that day. Patty Leaney had high hopes for this horse, ran a lot of stakes, whatnot. Never turned out to be that much as they thought. But ends back up in Troy Taylor's barn. And maybe they just have the key to this horse. They've had her for a month now. They waited till she was out of jail. Fired her back in the same spot. I like El Ciervo. I put Ouch in the second spot. The reasons you mentioned, she looks like she definitely fits for this price. Had a nice little freshening. All systems go for Dino and Chad here. And the third spot I put Wine Thief. She has a 3-year-old filly facing older here, but there's quite a few 3-year-olds in here. And she was off a long time. She was off since like February or something, since December, sorry. Ran first out against in that Bold Pretense Eliodoro race. Ran a big race. Second start, I think she improved, so I have her in third spot. 4, 5, and 9 for me. And on to the fourth. Here's one of the biggies, the Ballerina for a 1.1 1/8 for fillies and mares. And I've gone to a 3-year-old filly in here that has done a little wrong here at Hastings this year. An absolute star, Evelyn's Dancer. Mario told me after the race last time he still had plenty in the tank. And she won by 5. Just destroyed the competition again. I'm not sure if she wants to go this far naturally, but I think she's just that good that she could, she's just so talented. The biggest threat, of course, in here is Class Included, who came up here and just crushed the older mares last time in the Delta Colleen. This is a heavyweight title between these two.
Yes, it is. This is a match race here.
Yeah, and it's going to be this shaping up to be the race of the year, I think. You throw in the other factors with Russell Bays on Class Included, Mario and Evelyn's Dancer. Those are the two. I bounce back and forth, maybe picking with my heart a little bit here. I went with Evelyn's Dancer. And the third spot, I put Heidi Maria. I think she's the best of the rest. A mare that since coming up here from California, landing the Dave Forster barn, has been very solid. Just the one knock on her form. Other than that, it's been all wins and a second last time out to Class Included, so I got her in third spot.
Yeah, I flip-flopped the top 2. I agree with your top 3 selections. I've gone to Class Included to win it. Just a cool mare. She did lose the Ballerina last year to Orchid Silver. Perhaps got a little too interested in a hot pace after. I loved her run in the Delta Colleen. She sat close to some very fast fractions, drew away for an easy win. The time was very good.
Looked impressive.
Evelyn's Dancer, they ran the same day. Different races, obviously, but Evelyn's Dancer was never looked in the eye. And as you mentioned, Mario said he had lots left in the tank. But I think he's going to need lots left in the tank to hold off Class Included.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because there is some other annoyances, I think, in here for Evelyn's Dancer.
Test,
I think Queen's Vicar is going to be an annoyance.
Yeah.
PS Touchdown could be an annoyance on the head end. And it's just might not be as cushy. And Class Included can lay close as well. So I think the two. I always give the edge to the older mares. I know they're not really paying a big penalty for the weights. They're only 3 pounds difference. Yeah. So I'm going to go to the older mare, class included, defeat Evelyn Stancer, as you mentioned, has done nothing wrong this year. Just a one runner-up effort to
first start,
RL, and other than that, perfect year. Heidi Marie has been great. She's obviously made some hay in Alberta, doing quite nicely in some stakes races there, but still ran a good second to class included last time. So I went 2, 5, and 3 in the Ballerina. I think class included is your horse. On to the 5th race, got some non-2 4,000. Get down to the hard-working horses on the track, the ones that aren't as gifted. Full gate, well, not a full gate, but I've got 10 of them set to go post for it. I'm going to go to the 2, though. Prophet Star had a wide trip last time, still managed to just miss to follow my orders and Oscar Award. I think he gets to the front here. It's his race to win or lose. I put the 5, Silver City Sam. Not a big fan of the horse, but a horse that maybe the blinkers on will help. We'll see. Returning to a sprint. Horse that I thought would do some better things in those restricted races, but he hasn't. And I put the 9 horse, Runaway Reggie, who ran a good race last time, despite a tough trip from the 10 hole. I put him in for 3rd. I went 2, 5, and 9, but I do like Prophet Star. I think he's kind of a single for me.
I went to the 7 near Hampton Court. Just crushed 2 back for maiden 3. Was just too much for those horses that day. I really liked him when he came back in the 4 on 2 on BC Cup Day. He got in a lot of trouble early, and that was kind of it. The race was over for him. He got pinched and.
Yeah, he gave up fast.
Yeah, that was just kind of it. Yeah, I think if he gets a little bit better trip this time, then he's definitely got enough talent to be in the mix or win this race. So I put him on top. The 2nd spot, as you mentioned, Prophet Star. Another one just keeps missing in these races. Definitely live. Amadeo Perez, leading rider, sticks with him. And in the 3rd spot, again, Runaway Reggie. Yep. Another one, just got beat a couple lengths in his last 2. Marty and Craig McPherson have been really heating up together lately. Craig likes the Bug Boy, and they do well together. So I'll put him in the 3rd spot. 7, 2, and 9 for me in the 5th race. On to the 6th. 3-year-olds and up. 3,000 non-winners of 3 lifetime, and I've gone to the 3. Lots of 3s. I like that. Eustonia out of the Mel Snow Barn just missed this exact race last time to Henry West, who came flying late and hung it on him. It's not an overly tough race. He just missed. I'll stick with him. Mel Snow, again, having a good year. In the 2nd spot, I went to the 9, Romance and Traveler. This is another one that was just missing these races. The Bug Boy, Alex Marty, took over last time. Maybe they didn't get along that well, but regular rider Richard Hamill, who knows his horse very well, gets back in the irons. That could be the difference, so I got him in 2nd spot. And in 3rd spot, Mass Mailing. Another one was in that same race as Eustonia last time. Just got beat a neck by Eustonia. He figures to be in the mix here. Robbie Anderson and Chad Hoverson is a very interesting duo to always keep your eye on. They jump up and win at a pretty good clip. So 3, 9, and 5 for me.
Yeah, I've gone to the Robbie Anderson runner here, Mass Mailing. This horse outbroke the field last time, got the lead, then took a bunch of pressure and still battled on gamely, I thought, to run 3rd. I don't see as much pace pressure in here, and I'm going to try and make Mass Mailing a winner. I put the 9, Romance and Traveler, who didn't, it has a similar type trip. And faded late, but I agree with you that the rider-horse combo is better today. Yeah. And I'm going to put him in the 2nd spot, and I'm going to go to the 3, Eustonia, in for 3rd. I got your same 3, but I've just changed them around a little. And one kind of roughy, maybe the 4-horse Dangerous Pleasure, put in for 4th. Pedro Alvarado takes over in the irons, and had a tough trip in his first run in the Phil Hall barn, was wide. Perhaps one that might get a better trip, and just a strange one that might be able to get into your superfectus. But I do like 5, 9, and 3. On to the 7th race. Started your late pick 3, maiden allowance race for 3 and up. 6.5 furlongs. I guess I got to go to the 5. I don't have to, but Rockin' Cherokee did everything he could last time to lose. He was wandering all over the race course. A little worried about that. But still didn't lose by very much to Dynamiter in a very fast time. The one thing that bothered me was running out the whole race, and but he's come back to work well. Good connections, good horse. I'm going to take him to win it. I put the 9, Title Nobility, who had the inside, which probably wasn't the place to be. Ran not a no-threat 3rd, but looked like the head of Laney was going to be a challenger, but really flattened out late. That was his first race since July, though. I think he'll come back, I think, and be a benefit from what should be a hotter pace. I mean, Rockin' Cherokee got things pretty easy on the head end, as did Dynamiter. Those fractions were slow, but with Monaghy and Double Minor in here, could be a little more action on the head end, and it might help out Title Nobility. And I put the 2 Monaghy in for third with Russell Bay's good runner-up effort to Game 7. That was a good race, because he did have to chase very fast fractions and still held on well. He was actually came back on to get second, which I thought was quite admirable. So 5, 9, and 2 for me in the 7th.
I have the same horses. I put Rockin' Cherokee on top. As you mentioned, a horse that keeps costing me money.
Oh,
jeez.
Burner.
Every time he's a heavy favorite. Every time I think he's going to win, and every time I lose a bundle on him. Maybe today that changes. Mario, the second time on the horse now. He should be comfortable. He just got beat by Dynamite last time, but I like Rockin' Cherokee. Posted a big buyer last time, that 70 buyer. Another 70 buyer wins it. The second spot I put Monaghy, as you mentioned. Russell Bass takes over for a horse at Marywood last time in that maiden 20. Out of the Great Mare Monaghy. Maybe this guy's putting it together now, right? That was by far the best race of his career. It was a drop down from maiden 20, but he definitely his most competitive race. He kind of seemed to put it together a little bit, so I don't mind him on the jump back up to maiden special weight. And the third spot, Title Nobility, as you mentioned, a horse that is dying to go long, hasn't had the chance yet to go long in this year, which is a shame. Those races just haven't been going. In a long race, I'd have him on top.
Yeah, no, that's the unfortunate part.
But Richard Hamill taking over for Enrique Gonzalez, the now departed Enrique Gonzalez. Richard and Barbara always dangerous together. So him in the third spot, 5, 2, and 9 for me. On to the 8th, the other big one, the BC Premiers, our championship race for older horses here at Hastings, going a mile and 3/8, a grade 3. And I have gone to the likely heavy favorite, number 7, Commander, 100 buyer last time. They do not hand out 100 buyers here at Hastings Park very often, and he got one last time. Running against most of these same horses was just galloping the whole time. He just did it easy and just barely even seemed like he was asked and just galloped away from him. They have, if he runs good today, they have their sights set on maybe the Breeders' Cup Marathon with this horse.
That'd be exciting. That's another reason to pull for him to win. You'd like to see a local horse in the Breeders'
Cup race would really be something. He's a standout for me. I can't see anybody getting the better of him today. I have Glenn Todd and Troy Taylor picked to win like 5 races today. So there might be somebody else sitting in this chair next year because that might be a curse. But I have even Hoist in the second spot in here. Hoist ran a huge race in the BC Derby, was on the front end the whole time, 46. It went pretty quick, and he fought off everybody he could and just got leg weary late. It might not be that hard on him today. If anybody's going to maybe get away and steal this race, I could see it being Hoist. And in the third spot, I put Wilo Cat. My friends Wayne Oliver, the Cowboys and Indians stable, Jeevan Bazran.
Rob Fioravento, the whole crowd.
Jeevan will be there with his beautiful wife and 3 daughters who are very interested in the races as well. The Bazran families had horses for years, good supporters of Hastings Park. Wilo Cat was running a big race in the BC Derby and got stopped dead cold.
Yeah, this horse would have been second at worst.
He'd have been right in the mix of it, I feel. He was running a big race that day and just stood on his head turning for home and waited and finally got going again. Still only got beat 5.5. That would have been a much smaller margin if he'd got through. So I'll put him in for third spot. I got 7, 4, and 1.
Yeah, I agree on the 7-horse Commander. I didn't care for him last time. It still was on St. Liam's.
You didn't. You didn't even have him in the top 3. It was like a 5-horse field. You didn't have him in the top 3.
I might even have. But
you did mention he'd probably win by 10 because you didn't pick him.
But only 6 3/4. But I couldn't see him getting the lead that day from the rail. Like the rail's not the greatest place to be at Hastings, going a mile and 8. And yet he shot out there. Nobody wanted the lead, and he had the fence, and he got great. He's a different horse. Commander has definitely improved, and I didn't know what to make of all his Northlands wins, and that was my own.
Neither did they. That's why Mario wasn't on him, right?
Perhaps downgrading his ability, and that was another factor.
They did
Mario
too. They thought that St. Liam's Halo had been facing
those Long
Acre
or Emerald Downs races were far more tougher, and that was the horse. And I kind of liked Crew Leader a bit, and I liked some other horses that I had no business liking against, because Commander absolutely crushed them. And I think he'll be dangerous, obviously, again. There is speed in the race, but it's only Hoist. And I can't see the two of them going head and head.
No.
So
they better not.
I think Mario's going to the front. Hoist is laying second,
yeah,
and maybe Northern Causeway third, and from there, Commander's got to be tough. Commander's got to win. If he can't get a mile and 3/8, well, then he can't get a mile and 3/8. But if he can, he wins.
He's
going to
be a handful, yeah.
So I'm going to take Commander. I put the 6 Jabrika, last year's winner, the BC Premiers, in for second. I know his form hasn't been as strong this year in 2012. But Russell Bays is up here to ride him. I know his only win this year was in an optional allowance race at Emerald, and his mile performance was not great. But I think he's a better distance horse. I think the mile and 3/8 suits him. He lost to some unknown horses in a Washington-bred race last time, which went down at 4 to 5 to Jabrika, which is why I'm not picking him on top.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to go to Commander. Jabrika second, Hoist for third. That's the way I see the BC Premiers this year. On to the 9th and final. We got some $4,000 fillies and mares. Non-winners of 2 lifetime, going 6.5 furlongs. I'm going to go to the rail horse number 1, Cassia, on the class drop, and freshened up. Gets the rail, has speed, gets Richard Hamill. That's enough for me to take her. There's not a whole lot of speed in here at all. The runner-up horse I'm going to pick is the 4, Mausel's Secret, who made a nice off-the-pace move to defeat Maidens on the class drop for $3,000 last time. And I think she's the next best horse, but she's not a pace horse, which is helpful to the 1, Cassia. So I don't see a ton of pressure for her. And I put the 6 horse, Plain Jane, in for third. Horse that's had some rough trips. Amadeo should suit her nicely. I wouldn't be surprised to see her win it at all. I don't love a horse in here, but I think your 1, 4, 6 are your horses, and I'm going to head to Cassia to close out the Monday card.
I went to Cassie on top as well, as you mentioned. Had a little freshener. She should be tough off that. Lowest price she's ever run for. Second spot, Plain Jane. Another one, second off the break. Definitely, she's hasn't had the best racing luck. She's been an honest filly this year, though. 7 starts, a win in 2 seconds, 2/3. 5
but a lot of trouble in them too. Some of those races would have been a lot better.
Exactly. So I got her in second. And the third spot, I went outside to the 10, Marlowe Dunn and Mel Snow for Kaching Cash. Another one that's been kind of knocking on the door, Force, and that's Victoria's Spirit, 5-yard penalty, Thimble, those kind of horses. Maybe she kind of fits in here in a non-2 category a little bit better. So 1, 6, and 10 for me, and a pretty wide open nightcap.
Not your most reliable horses.
You're going to want to go deep in that one.
You're going to want to look at them in the paddock as always. Check them out if you're at Hastings, and maybe further your opinion from there, because it's a tough little finale. But Cassia for both of us on the class drop. Well, that'll do it for our analysis of the Monday program. So let's take a quick look at a recap of our selections for the Holiday Monday program.
You're up first.
I'm up first. Here we go. On to the first race. Back in race 1, I went to the 7, Buffalo Babe, 7, 6, and 5. In the second race, I went to the 6, Balak Or, over the 9 and 5. In the third race, I went to the 5, Ouch, 5, 4, 3 in the third. In the fourth race, I went to the 2, Class Included, the first of 2 stakes races today. She has a pile of class, 2, 5, and 3 for me in the Ballerina. In the fifth race, went to the 2, Prophet Star, over the 5 and 9. Race 6, number 5, Mass Mailing, 5, 9, 3. In the seventh race, went to the 5, Rockin' Cherokee, over the 9 and 2.
A lot of 5s in there, Mike. Look at all
a lot
that
of
green.
5s, Cinco Day. In the 8th race, no 5s here. I went to the 7 horse Commander, 7, 6, and 4. And in the 9th and final, number 1, Cassia, over the 4, Mausel's Secret. And the 6, Plain Jane, 1, 4, 6 for me in the Thanksgiving finale.
And on to my picks. In the first, I agree, I went to the 7, Buffalo Babe, over the 4 and the 6. In the second, I went to the 9, Ruby's Victory, over the 6 and the 5. In the third, I went to the 4, El Ciervo, over the 5 and the 9. In the fourth, the Ballerina, I went to the 5, the 3-year-old filly, Evelyn's Dancer, over the 2, Class Included, and the 3, Heidi Maria. In the fifth, I went to the 7, Hampton Court, over the 2 and the 9. In the sixth, I went to the 3, Eustonia, over the 9 and the 5. In the seventh, number 5, Rockin' Cherokee, over the 2 and the 9. In the eighth, the BC Premiers, I went to the 7, Commander, over the 4, Hoist, and the 1, Wilo Cat. And in the 9th, I went to the 1, Cassia, over the 6, Plain Jane, and the 10, Kaching Cash.
All right, there you have it. That's the way Drew and I see it on the Holiday Monday Thanksgiving program at Hastings. Once again, 9 races on tap. First race at 150.
150. Going to be a great day out there.
Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Once again, a great long weekend of racing. And once again, only 2 more days after today. We just have the Saturday and Sunday, October 13th and 14th. Both days, we're hoping to have a lot of races. We'll see. I know as many races that we'll fill, we will likely use. 2 stakes races.
I could see there being, 10
and 10 maybe, or 9 and 10, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But definitely 2 stakes races on the final day of the meet. Sunday, October 14th, the Ascot graduation, a $75,000 event for 2-year-old colts
Looks
and
like
geldings.
a really good race shaping up between Proud Victor and
Proud
Tracker
Victor,
too.
Tracker, Glencoe Kid in town
that's
for
right.
the North American
Mary will be
Thoroughbred
back in
Corp.
town that day too.
And in the fantasy for fillies, they'll once again 2-year-old fillies will be going a mile 16th in the fantasy, 75 grand on the line, and Innocent Love in from Seattle as well, and some top fillies in action for that. So 2 stakes races on the Sunday, October 14th program. Well, that'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Hopefully we've given you enough information to make you pad your wallets on the Monday program. We'll look forward to seeing you again. Good luck.
This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do, can do.
I'm picking Valentine, 'cause on the morning